You know, when this video is over, I'ma have like...
And I've hacked into the bank security system.
You got sold.
We're in.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Premier. Today we're gonna create our first program. I'm gonna christen you man as programmers.
Let's do it.
Alright, bless. So remember what I said last week? The example I gave was going to the shop, yeah? I have 3 statements. Turn right outside my house, walk about 10 yards, and turn right again, walk another 50 yards, turn right, and then boom, you're at the shop. You see, if I express those statements in a programming language to tell the computer how to get to the shop, it'll be completely baffed. You see, us humans, yeah, we have common sense. You see, in this example, the grammar is trash, and instructions are mad vague, but we can compensate. Computers, on the other hand, bruh, they're stupid, fam. They follow exactly what you told them to do to the letter. You see, if I gave the computer those same instructions, the computer would be like, what's a house? What's turning right? How do I turn right? Where is your house?
You stupid.
But it's actually calm, you know, because programming language provides specific grammar and well-defined vocab for expressing these kinds of instructions. Okay, cool, enough theory. Let's create. So boot up Visual Studio. Hopefully you did last week's drill and changed the color scheme. Bruv, the blue one is pink. Anyways, click File, New Project. Ensure Visual C++ is selected, yeah? And click on the empty project icon. We're gonna name it First Program. Finally, choose a location where you wanna save it and just click OK. Now we're gonna go to the menu called Solution Explorer. If you can't see it, just click View, then Solution Explorer. You're gonna open up your project and right click on a folder called Source File. Then click Add New Item. So a source file is basically just a file where you write your code. And the code is also known as source code. But a source file in C++ will either have the extension .cpp, .h or .hpp. The .h and .hpp are header files, but don't worry about that, we'll explain that later on. So click the .cpp file and name it main. This is just the main file for your program. Okay, boom. This right here is your program file. This right here is creative control. It's dope, man. You can make absolutely anything. But yeah, I know it can be intimidating at first, so obviously one step at a time. So today we're going to create the standard Hello World program, but instead we're going to output something a little different, a little more personal. So for now, just copy everything that I say, and then after I'll explain every single line to you. So type hash include less than sign, IO stream, greater than sign. Press return a couple times, then type using namespace, std, and then a semicolon at the end. Press return a couple more times. Now type int main, open bracket, then close bracket. Press return, yeah? Open up one curly brace and press return. Write C out, then 2 less than signs. Open the double speech marks and write yo, what's up? Close the speech marks. Write 2 more less than signs, then write end L and a semicolon. Press return a couple more times, then type return, then space, then 0, then a semicolon. Okay, right. If you've never coded before, you're probably looking at this like, what the f? It's cool, I've been there. So cool, let me break down what it means. So the first line is pretty strange in a way. Us programmers, yeah, we don't like to do more than we have to. So if others have done something before, we usually like to use their work and just build off of it. It's not that we're lazy, just you smart. Hey, safe Cali. So there were some programmers who wrote code about how to print messages out in your program, and they put this dope code in a series of files that we call a library, and that library's name is called IOStream. So we're including all the code and the instructions of that library with this line. Okay, so the next line, they're using namespace 1, just ignore it for now. Namespaces are a pretty deep subject, so I'll dedicate a whole video to that in the future. Okay, so now that you've included all the libraries that you need, we now need to tell the computer what the first line of the program is. In C++, the first thing a computer looks for is a function called main. A function is basically a named sequence of instructions for the computer to execute in the order that they're written. So a computer executes instructions one at a time. This is nice because you know exactly what will happen and when. A function, yeah, has 4 parts. A return type, here it's int, meaning integer. A name, here it's main, a parameter list that we enclose in 2 brackets that we call parentheses, and a body enclosed in a set of curly braces. This is where all your instructions go. Once again, functions are mad deep. So if you don't understand everything, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna dedicate a whole video to functions. So just keep those 4 parts in mind for now. So once the computer finds the function called main, it starts executing the instructions there that are within the function body. Okay, so this line is what we're telling the computer to output to us. Cout is a kind of object we use to output data. The 2 less than signs basically means we are putting data into cout. After the less than signs, we have some double quotes and the message we want to send and another set of double quotes. The quotes mean that this is a string, which is basically just a collection of characters. We're going to put another 2 less than signs to once again say we're going to write some more data into cout. You lastly put end L, meaning end line. This basically means any data that's written after this will be written on a new line. It's like when you're in Word and you press the return key, it's the same thing. Okay, so that right there is what we call a statement. A computer doesn't know when a statement ends unless you specify that it's ended. It's like in the military when you use walkie-talkies. You gotta say over when you finish what you say, right? So semicolon is the same thing. It's like saying over to the computer. This tells the computer that it's the end of the statement. A computer will bug out if you don't put a semicolon, so please ensure that you do. So lastly, we're gonna put the return statement. Remember, at the beginning we put int as a return type, yeah? This means when a function is finished, it's expected to give an integer back, and you do this with this statement. So the number that you use is important. When you exit main, 0 means the program ended successfully without any errors. Anything other than 0 though means that there was some kind of issue. And now it's time to run the program. You see that big green arrow, yeah? It says local Windows debugger. Click on that, that will run your program. Click on yes, and then boom. Oh, okay, well that was slightly anticlimactic. Computers execute instructions crazy fast. It did what we told it to do, but it just finished. But we can't read that fast, so we want to tell the computer to wait so that we can read the output. So just before the return statement, write system, open some parentheses, the brackets, write a string with pause in it, close the parentheses, and then put a semicolon to end the statement. Now run it again, and boom, you've successfully created your first program. It will now wait until you press a key to end the program. Boy, I know that was a lot of stuff to remember. So don't worry, when I first started, it took me a while to fully understand this stuff. But the best way to internalize this stuff is just to play around with it. So here are some tasks that I want you to complete. Number 1, get the computer to print, my name is, and then just put your name there. Number 2, play around with the code. Reorganize stuff. Remove certain characters, break it, and see what the error messages say. This may sound strange, yeah, but this right here will help you understand what some of these errors mean. Once again, I know it's best to remember. So don't worry, you're not gonna get it all in one sitting. Take your time, keep trying, and you'll get there. Peace.
Be proud of who